we probably are not going to see our education staff being vaccinated for the next 2 weeks. I'm sorry to share that it literally just came in.
Now on Local 5, a wrinkle in the plan to bring students back to the classroom in Green Bay. How a state decision on how to distribute the coronavirus vaccine is impacting the school board's decision. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Tom Zalaski.
And I'm Michelle McCormack. The hope was as soon as teachers got vaccinated, kids could get back to class.
But as Local 5's Danielle Zukowski explains, it looks like vaccine for Wisconsin teachers will come later than first thought, throwing a situation into a state of flux.
The Green Bay School Board voted to allow students back in the buildings for in-person learning based on the availability of vaccines for school staff. The school will allow all elementary students in person 4 days a week and grades 6 and 9 in for a cohort model 3 weeks after the COVID-19 vaccine is available to all school staff. All other grades will return in the cohort model 1 week later. This comes after months of pressure from district parents to reopen schools.
I feel it's too little too late. All of our neighboring districts have been back in school in some sort of fashion since the beginning of the school year. Green Bay Public Schools has not even entertained the idea of getting our kids to that point.
A group of state senators announced today they are working on a bill to move students back to in-person learning across the state with stricter requirements to keep schools in virtual models.
The legislation is about requiring a vote to keep schools closed at least every 14 days.
These votes would also need to be supermajorities or 2/3 of the school board to pass. The second prong requires all schools to open to 5 days a week in-person learning after the completion of vaccination phase 1B, which includes teachers.
When you look at the impacts of virtual education on not only student achievement, but mental health, the lack of socialization, and then really the inequities that occur.
The parents Local 5 have talked to have agreed with these efforts to reopen schools.
We do think all children should be in-person learning.
In Green Bay, Danielle Zolkowski, Local 5 News.
Now, a hearing on that legislation that would outline when and how schools open is scheduled for Thursday in Madison.